junkguysdfw.net. Good morning, guys. I'm on a train from Fort Worth to Dallas, and I'm going to work this morning. Good morning. Today is Wednesday morning, and this is a train, and I'm doing training tips today. Today we're going to talk about dealing with net terms. What is actually, I saw this actually on a Facebook page where people actually don't know what net terms is. And honestly, when I got in this business, a lot of companies would ask me, do you take net terms? And I would say, what are you talking about? Because I didn't understand what net terms was either. So if you're new to this business, or you're just new to business that invoices people, net terms is a term used to say that, hey, we're a big company, we have billions and millions of dollars, but we're gonna take 30 days to pay you. Yeah, seriously. And the reason is most small corporate businesses, they wait 30 days to pay you. Why? Because they only send out bills one time a month. So at the start of every month, on the first, between the 1st and the 5th, they usually write checks out to people, and that's why it's called net terms. Okay, so let's say you do a job for them on the 6th. That means they're going to pay you next month around the 6th. It's called net terms. So that's the big deal about that. Now I'm going to tell you, if someone asks you for net terms, that means you want to get as much information as you can from them, but you want to tell them net terms. Are we talking about 15 days, 30 days, or 60 days? Because that's how it works. Usually they pay in 30 days or 60 days. Okay, I really don't know a lot of net terms that pay in 90 days. Some people pay in 15 days. Honestly, it just depends when you mail out that check, or when you send them the invoice. I'm sorry, when you send them the invoice, when you're going to get paid. So I just want to let y'all know, if someone asks you for net terms, that's one thing. If it's a customer, like a normal customer, there's no reason for them to be asking you for net terms. If it's a small business, like let's say you're going to a shopping center, you're going to clean out a barbershop, there's no reason for them to ask you for net terms, because they don't have any systematic way to do net terms like that. But if it's a big company, like let's say it's someone like a Walmart or a Microsoft or somebody like American Airlines, and they're asking for net terms, then you have to understand that they pay out every 30 days. Okay, so that means if you do an invoice, again, I'm gonna clarify this one time. Net terms means 30 days, and that's all they're trying to say. That means that in 30 days they're gonna mail you a check. Now here's the biggest conundrum. Okay, the biggest situation you're gonna hit. Let's say this job is a $5,000 job, and you invested $2,000 or $1,500 to make $5,000. And you really don't have that money. You really didn't have that money to start off with, so you're really tight. Let's say 30 days ain't gonna work for you. Then that's probably a job that you don't want to do. Net 30 terms is not an option for you. I know this company, they called me up a while back and they said, Ricardo, this shopping center is gonna, well, it was a warehouse. This warehouse that was located in a shopping center is going to need like 5 or 6 dumpsters. We're gonna have to dump at least twice a day. And I said, okay, so what's the problem? He said, well, I bid $17,000 on the job. And I said, well, congratulations. He said, but I'm looking at my numbers with the employees, with the dumpsters, with the dumping fees, gas and everything. I'm gonna need at least over $4,000 to make $17,000. And he said to me, should I ask the owner who's going to hire me for upfront money, at least $5,000? I said, listen, that's up to you, but I'm gonna tell you, they might not hire you. And he goes, oh, by the way, they asked me for net terms. And I said, okay, that's a problem right there. Because see, this guy had called me for a reason. He called me for a reason so I can back him up. He wanted to go halves with me on the job. So that means out of the $17,000, I would get about $8,500 of that. You know, $8,500, and he would get the $8,500. But I was putting up $5,000 or $4,000 for it. So really, I was only going to make $3,000, which didn't make any sense. And I said, you know what? No, brother, I'm going to have to pass on it. If I'm doing anything like that, I'll have to at least make $12,000. So there's no reason for me to put my money. So in other words, this was his situation. If he was going to take that $17,000 job, he was going to have to at least put up $4,000 of his own money for dump fees, trailers, dumpsters, gas, employee expense, all that and then wait 30 days, then send in the invoice, then work 30 days, and then the company was going to pay him. Listen, if you don't have that money, if you don't have that capital to invest into a project, then don't do the job, because you're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck doing half of the job and nobody's going to pay you. Net terms, all it means is that the company is going to mail you a check in 30 days, and if you don't like it, then you got to deal with it. You know what I mean? You just don't take the job. There's a lot of times that I see jobs that are like $1,500, and the guys ask me for net terms, and I'm like, really, for $1,500? I'm like, Jesus, you got to be kidding me. You're a big corporation and you need money to pay. You need time to pay me. I would understand if it's $10,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 that you need net terms, or even $5,000, because that's a lot of money to take out of a huge company when it's for junk removal or trash hauling. I would understand that, but $1,500, Jesus Christ. I just dealt with 2 companies that did that to me, and as a matter of fact, I'm owed right now about $4,000 on a project that I did, and it's been over 30 days, and I'm like, where's my money? So I need to pick up the phone, I need to call them and see where the money's at. So anyway, guys, I just want to tell you that net 30 terms means you're going to have to wait for your money at least 15 days, 30 days, or 60 days. Always when someone offers you net 30 terms, ask them how many days they need. That way you can expect your check in that much. And also, after your project is done, when my project is done, I don't wait the next day. I invoice them that day. All right, let me teach you that. Anyway, guys, this is training tips. I'm going to train from Fort Worth to Dallas. I hope you enjoy these tips. These are tips from experience from a person who's been in business for 12 years. So if you're listening to anybody else that's been in business for 2-3 years, well, good luck with that. Anyway, guys, if you like these videos, these training tip videos, on the link below, just let me know and I'll make more of them. I've done so many of them. Subscribe to my channel, tell your friends about it, and I appreciate for y'all listening to my training tips, because I'm on the train. Bye-bye. GoPro, stop recording.